everybody, welcome back to Marjoleine's crafting world. Marjolein here. I'm so excited I got something new to show you, or maybe you all know it already and I just didn't find it yet. I don't know, but over the weekend I was just browsing Instagram and Pinterest, and I found this image of round circles decorated with images on it or stamps, and I was like, what the heck is that? Because it looked smaller than they actually are, and I found out that they are called ATCoins, or artist trading coins. So not the ATCs like in artist trading cards, but coins. And they have a, whoa, sorry, my tripod is moving a bit. They have a diameter of 2.5 inches. So like the ATC is 2.5 by 3.5, the same size you put in a pocket letter. This is 2.5, so it perfectly fits into a sleeve. And I happen to have this 2.5 inch circle punch. There, 2.5 inches. It's by Recollections. Whoa, there's some foam tape on there. I bought this recently at Michael's, and just because I wanted to have a big circle and not having to use my Cricut the whole time, but just could grab a punch. Who knew, right? It just had to be. So this is actually invented, quote, quote, if you may say it like that, by this lady here on YouTube, craftyhodges. Joanne is her name. And she started making these, and more people start making them. There's also a group on Facebook for these artist trading coins, like it says, to trade. And I was like, I have to try this, because I've done a lot of ATCs, and I still like to do them every now and then, but I like to change things up too, and I like mixed media. And as you maybe can tell, the background of these are jelly prints, which I decorated a bit. I don't have anything left from this sheet anymore, but I pre-cut some circles, coins, from another sheet. And one of the tips you can find on craftyhodges video, where she has a process video where she makes these artist trading coins. Her tip is, if you have paper like these jelly prints I did on just simple print paper, for some reason this punch will not quite punch through paper, but if you grab, let me set this aside, if you have the punch and you grab a sheet of cardstock, as you can see I already used it, and let me see, do I have a jelly print here somewhere? Gosh, I think I all used them. I didn't plan on doing this, so sorry. Hang on, I'm gonna find a jelly print sheet. Okay, I found one. This one is pretty busy. It has a lot of layers on there, and added some bubble wrap things, and I used a stencil, and there's way too much orange on this side, so let's try it here. Let me show you what happens if I punch just through the paper. And of course now it works fine. You'll always see that. Okay, this works fine. Duh. Oh my goodness. Always, right? Always. Well. This is weird. All the time when I try to punch through the paper like this, it didn't punch out. And that is exactly what Joanne said in her video. Whoops. Usually if you just use paper, it won't punch, because for some reason the punch doesn't like thin paper, and now I can't get this out. Okay, come on. Okay, let's leave this. So what she did was she just grabbed a piece of cardstock, put it in the punch, and then slit the paper on top and then punched it out. So that worked for me, perfect. And now I use it, I try it, and it works fine. Anyway, if you have trouble punching through your paper because the paper is too thin, try putting in cardstock and then add the paper and try it again, because that works perfect. So thanks for the tip, Joanne. And as you could see, I used it with these. So here are actually 9 coins. I still have to glue them on the back, and they are from one sheet that had a lot of different colors, and I used stencils and like household material to make prints in that, so I can use these for future coins. And that is actually the principle. What you do, you punch out the circles and you start decorating them. So for these I had an empty paper like so, and because I used bubble wrap for the background of this jelly print, as you can see better here probably on this one, I used a black pen to make circles around the bubble wrap prints, and this one it shows a little better. And I used some stamps here, a tiny text stamp that I have, and it's a little hard to see, but here is a point of an arrow that I just stamped on there. So you can always have your full sheet at first and then decorate it with paint splatters and stamps and whatever you like to put on there. Like I said, I love mixed media, so I really like doing it like this. But I think that if you can get like 9, because they all fit in that pocket sleeve, right? If you can get 9 out of the sheet, have to have a sip of tea, and you want to decorate them, then it might be easier to grab the whole sheet first, like you have here, and just add some paint splatters and stamps, maybe some stenciling still even. Add some black, some more light to it, because it's very orange, this one. But I just grabbed this as an example. So I made these today, and like I said, they come out of one sheet that had a lot of different colors going on. So these two match together. These images are by Lisa's Altered Art. So is the text, Jolly Youth, and me. Some of their faces are a little mad. Some look a little weird, maybe, but I like the vintage image. And oh yeah, I was gonna say that it's the same sheet, but still I have two of each that are about the same with the color. This one says when I was young, and hold my hand, and I added some ink. Not distressed it. I just inked the edges. And this one, I'm not particularly fond of this face, but I had 6 of these images on one sheet, and I thought, let's use them all. Walk with me. And then the last one, which I think is a boy with long hair. And it says, stay with me. So those are the ones I did. And I gotta tell you, this is fun. And I really have to watch myself because I know that I want to be doing these now the whole time. And I can't because I have other things to do. Swaps to finish and stuff and work. But I was off today, so I thought, let's do it. I need a glue stick to glue these on because I think that works a little bit better than wet glue. I'm not sure. But maybe if you make these too and you have experience with it, just let me know. Because I'll be happy to take tips or whatever. Comments, always. I always love comments. But I love this so much that I just had to show you because I am sure I will be doing more of these. Like I said, I have 9 of these ready to go, and I have a lot more jelly prints, but you don't have to use that. You can just use, like, I got some paper laying around, like printed paper, and put some images on there, or vintage book papers. And what I like is magazine images, and stick that on there. How cute is that, right? It would be better to Mod Podge these on instead of glue, because then you don't have that many wrinkles in the images, because this is magazine paper and that always makes wobbles and bobbles in your paper if you just glue it on. And you can use your stamps and Sharpies. I use my Sharpies. I use, no, my Sharpies are falling all over the place. I use this pen to make the circles and outline the text. What is this? This is a Energel, liquid gel ink. I bought these at my metal tip, by Pentel. I bought these at my local office supply store and they work fine for me, although I'm afraid she's gonna close. Too bad, because you could get nice stuff still there that you can't find in the bigger stores. So yeah, that is what I wanted to show you. And like I said, I'll put a link to Joanne's video in the description box, and I'd be happy to take any comments, and I'm very interested to know if you guys make these too, and maybe we can swap sometime. So thanks for watching, and you all have a wonderful day. Bye.